Hello, this is Manesh Patel from Ichimoku This is March 6, 2013. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global stock market, where we cover all the global markets, exchanges from North and South America to Europe to Asia. Okay, and we're going to see what the hottest market right now is around the world. There's normal disclaimer here. This is for educational use only. If you decide to take any trades, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts today you're going to see are basically from eSignal for the global markets. Here are my contact details here. You could go to ichimokutrade.com, access any of our multiple time frame emails, our heat map, or you could access any of our free videos there. You could also contact us here at this email address here, or you could call us at any of our global office locations. Okay, so let's go and straight to eSignal and start looking at all the markets out there. And let's start with Germany. If you look here, this is the German market here. You can see the German market basically bounced off its resistance at 79.46, which we had outlined, and kind of held its support at 76.50. So that's the kind of the range right now. It's in between. So you could see it's kind of holding between 76.50 and 79.46. This is due for a pullback. Ideally, if this could pull back all the way down here to 7,400, that'd be great. But I don't know if it will, because these markets are resilient and they keep on going up. So things are staying in an overextended state, and they're going to, it seems like, for a while. It had a chance here when it kind of came down here to 76.50 to kind of pull back that level. It didn't, so it made a move to about 76.46, and it does have a possibility to keep on going higher. And you can see here from the daily time frame the big gaps that happened here. Okay, if you do look at the UK market, it is trickling upwards too. Nothing really going on here, but this is going up too. So support on this one's going to be basically about 61.50, major support, minor support there, and 6,000, which is going to be the major support. And that was basically the UK FTSE market. France here is holding its resistance level at 37.97, and it's basically support is going to be here, which is basically about 90. Its minor support is going to be about 36.80, but the major support is going to be basically about 35.70. If it could pull back to that level, that would be a great level for a pullback level. But it's retesting the high right now, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And if you look at Germany, it kind of went above the, it's kind of right now above the pivot high. So France is kind of a little lagging behind the German market right now. Amsterdam resistance level is going to be basically 357. Support level is going to be basically 340 here. That is kind of holding. The 340 level is a great pullback level here. If it could sit there and hold this and keep on going, this is going to be very, very strong moving forward. Spain is sitting there just holding at its support level basically at 82.24. Its resistance is 86.51. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this one, but this is slowly trickling down. It is, the major support is 82.24 is a major support. If it breaks that support, then it does have a possibility coming all the way down here, which is basically 76.32. So this is going to be an interesting level to see exactly what happens with this market here. Italy, all the stuff going on with Italy, you guys probably been hearing in the news. If you look at the Italy market right now, kind of going down, it held this resistance level, I would say roughly about 18,000, and coming down, it's broke its other support level here, which is basically 15,983, and it looks like it's trying to come down here to 14,749. It has to hold that support level there. If it doesn't, the sentiment will change on the weekly time frame, and at that point the Italian market can retest the low all the way down here. So that's going to be a major support that it has to hold. Nordic market, you could see it's still going on very strong. This thing is kind of lit up since the beginning of this year, kind of broke out and just keep on going strong. It's almost hasn't closed yet, but it could possibly can sit there and break this resistance level at 1176 this week. Oslo here is still slowly going up, not as powerful as the Nordic exchange, but this is still going up. Broke its resistance at 464 and slowly trickling up too. Switzerland still going up. It hits the resistance that we had outlined of 76.73, and that's kind of where we're sitting right now, 76.73 on this one. So we kind of need a, we'll definitely need a pullback in this one, but just like we did in Nordic and Oslo, but we're not getting them. These things are still very, very strong moving forward. So, Russia, you could see it bounced off its resistance of 1608. It's coming down to its support level here, which is roughly going to be about 1500 to about 1484, and that's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens there. If it holds that level and then makes a move for 1608, this possibly can start a trend towards the middle to the end of the year, but right now it's got to hold its support level in order for that to even possibly happen. Turkey, here you could see it kind of weakened down. It was doing really, really good. Got to its resistance level 4600, stopped, bounced off there and came down. Its now new resistance level is going to be about 4461. Support on this one's going to be about 4200 moving forward. South Africa, you could see it kind of had a little hesitation too now. It bounced off its resistance level of 36,460 and kind of held its support at 35,198. So if you could see Turkey and South Africa kind of doing some pullbacks, but you could kind of still see Oslo, Switzerland, and Nordic markets still going on very, very strong. So those are the very strong markets right now that we have. Let's go over to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. If you look here, nothing really going on in Saudi Arabia, just ranging. It kind of held its resistance level at 71.73. It's at the middle of the consolidation pattern, which is around 7,000. And the next support is going to be about 6,800. Dubai, here it's kind of pulled back finally. It got to about 1960, kind of stopped there and kind of pulled down. New resistance level is going to be basically 1926, and minor support level on this one's going to be about 1864. Okay, and then Abu Dhabi, this is very strong. Finally did a little pullback right now as it gets to about, I would say about 80, 30, 50. Kind of finally did a little pullback level right now. Resistance on this one's going to be 30.19, and support's going to be basically about 29.30 as we move forward. Okay, let's go and start from the bottom. Let's start from Australia. This is a great market. Look at Australia. Still going on very, very strong. And you could see this thing's going on very, very strong. It broke for our resistance that we had laid out at 50.28, and now has a potential going to the next level, which we'll definitely mark for the next time. But this thing hasn't even hesitated at all. Straight shot up, which is a great, great market right now if you look at that. And this is actually leading more than basically the Nordic or Oslo or the Switzerland market. So this has been the currently biggest trend of the right now globally is the Australian market. Malaysia, if you could see here, is kind of weakened this year. Right now, basically, its resistance level is 1644, support level is 1590. Singapore market slowly going up. It's going to get to, it looks like about 5,500, and then the questions be what's going to happen there. And if you look there, about 53.75 is going to be its minor support, and about 51.50 is going to be its major support as we move forward. But the Singapore market is moving up slowly with time. Okay, Indian Sensex market, if you look at this, it's finally pulling back. It bounced off its pullback level, which is about 18,769. Resistance on this one's going to be about 19,691. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens, which ones are going to break that support resistance. If it breaks that support, it's going to sit there and come down, and it does have the possibility of getting to about 18,200. If it breaks that resistance, then it will retest the high, which is basically above 20,000. Tokyo, and you know, this has been strong. Look at this. This is still going on very strong. It almost looks like the Australia market, doesn't it? This is still going on very strong and moving forward. So is Japan market. You could see so Japan, Tokyo, and Australia and Asia are kind of dominating the exchanges right now, and they're moving up very nicely since the beginning of this year, and giving back a lot of good profits for a lot of people. Korea giving profits, not giving out. Korea basically sitting there doing nothing, just consolidating. The range on this guy is going to be basically about here, 270, and support is going to be 262. Nothing really going on there. Hong Kong. Hong Kong finally has done a pullback right now. Major support is going to be about 21,500. Resistance on this one is going to be about 23,500. Sorry, about 23,250, not 500, is going to be the resistance. But this is basically in a pullback phase right now. China, as we talked about being overextended, finally pulled back from here, and it's kind of gone down, which is great. If you look at the support level on this guy, it's going to be about 2318. Resistance is still going to be about 2593. Okay. Now let's go to North America. Let's look at the Dow. If you look at the Dow, this basically is its all-time high. You registered yesterday as an all-time high, and this is going up both on the daily and weekly, and still going up. No sign of a pullback at all right now. 14,000 basically will be a support level on this now, which is a nice even number. S&P 500 futures, 500. This is not at all-time high yet. It's getting there. Okay, but the Dow is leading the U.S. markets right now, so this is slowly going up, but it still hasn't gotten to about 1550, which is a nice little number, but it's approaching that very fast. NASDAQ, on the other hand, if you look at compared to the other two markets, it's not even close to retesting its high. It kind of showed some weakness if you look at it here, but so this NASDAQ does not look that great compared to the Dow and the S&P 500 futures, so 500 indexes. Canada, Canada is sitting there ranging. Resistance is going to be basically 12,897. Support on this guy is going to be about 12,581. Mexico, here, not really doing anything at all. Resistance is going to be roughly around 4,800, and support's going to be about 800. Mexico was doing good until this pullback, and so it's doing its pullback level. Ideally, we want to see it to get to about 42,775. Once it gets there, then we're going to be in great shape with Mexico to possibly bounce off that and move forward, continue its upward momentum. Colombia, slowly trickling down. Nothing really going on here. Support's going to be basically 12,600. Resistance on this guy is going to be basically about 14,000. Argentina, really nothing going on here. Bounce off the resistance level 3490, and it's pulling back. Ideally, you want it to pull back to about 2900. Santiago, Chile, really not doing anything here. It's just ranging between 4400 and 4600. And lastly, Brazil. It held its support at 55,685, which is the bottom of the range. Top of the range, 63,383. So overall, if you look at the summary, if you look at Nordic or Oslo, Switzerland are very, very strong in Europe. And in Asia, you basically have Tokyo, Japan, and Australia that are very strong as those markets. All the other countries from North America and South America, US, and so forth, they're still very strong, but they're still not moving as big a percentage as those markets right now. So that's kind of the place to be, where they're going up a higher percentage than anything else out there. Some of the other markets, you're seeing some experiencing some pullback, but a lot of them are still going on. If you're not in those markets in a bullish play where you're betting on them going up in the individual stocks, you need to kind of still be on the sidelines. It's dangerous to enter at the top. You need to wait for a major pullback to occur. Until then, stay on the sidelines and just be patiently waiting. That's about it. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in 2 weeks.